But one of the things that's very interesting, though, is I've actually come to this in a very, just fairly recently. I try not to get, when I'm writing something, I try not to get analytical about it as I'm doing it, as I'm writing it, and I try not to get analytical about it as I'm doing it, all right? Now, this is kind of fun at this stage of the game, you know, seeing exactly what it is I did do. And when people talked about dogs being as violent as it was and everything, again, probably, well, I guess I just did a good job, you know. I was afraid people would be bored because it's just people talking to each other all the time. But the thing is I actually realized something about 4 months ago. I was watching this film from the 30s, Backstreet, with Irene Dunn.
Right.
I mean, it's a wonderful melodrama, absolutely terrific melodrama. And I was sitting there watching it, and there was the thing is, because I think Dogs is really funny too. That's a really funny movie. But the thing is, I'm watching Backstreet, and tragedy is almost like another character in the movie. It's hovering over every scene. You know this is going to end horrible for her, all right? And so even when a light moment happens and you laugh, you only laugh so much because it's just tragedies like this other thing in the room. And in a way, Reservoir Dogs, that was a relationship violence had to Reservoir Dogs. Even though there was only, like, you could count the number of scenes that there's actually a violent incident happening in it, violence was like another character in the room. It hung over the proceedings. You kept waiting for every conversation to break out into it. So even if it was funny, the audience might have laughed, but when they got out of the theater, they don't remember laughing.
I got 2 minutes. Is Pulp Fiction a better film than Reservoir Dogs?
Well, some people might like this one, some people might like that
what
one.
Do you think?
Me, I like it more. I like it more.
You like it more?
I think.
Why?
It's more ambitious. It was harder to do, and it's like a God, why? You know, I think it's the ambition involved in it.
This is the.
It's a jumping off point. Yeah. I'm starting with Dogs here, and then I'm going somewhere else, and I'm really reaching for it.
Is the next film going to be in the crime genre?
I don't know what the next. There's a lot of kind of different genres I want to do, but right now I don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah, you want to take 7 months off somewhere and just, you know.
And just
the twist. Set it up for me.
The twist. Well, in this scene.
See some dancing here.
Yeah, exactly. Now, in this scene, it's funny because a situation is happening in the film where John Travolta and Uma Thurman are at this like a 50s restaurant.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they have this twist contest. And the thing is, everybody thinks that I wrote this scene to have John Travolta dance in it.
Yeah,
but the scene existed before John Travolta was cast. But once he was cast, it was like, great, we get to see John dance.
Roll tape, here
all
it
the
is.
better.
Want to dance? No. I do believe Marcellus, my husband, your boss, told you to take me out and do whatever I wanted. Now I want to dance. I want to win. I want that trophy. So dance good.
All right.
It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished him well. You could see that Pierre did truly love the mademoiselle. And now the young monsieur and madame have rung the chapel bell. C'est la vie, say the old folks, it goes to show you never can tell. They furnished off an apartment with a two.
Where do you go now? I mean, do you have any sense? You've made the film, and people are describing you as the hottest film director in America. There's nobody, but like, you got Bruce Willis here, and there are people saying, I'd work for just to work with you now. I mean, it has come to where you want it to be. Is there some game plan in your head? Is there some sense of, because you've studied the lives of the best, you know how they, you know.
Right. No, I've always had kind of a game plan and everything.
Yeah.
But it's like, right now, I don't know what it is I want to do now. I don't have a story that I'm burning to tell. And also, making a movie is really hard. I mean, when I was like a film geek and everything, I'd look at like Fassbender's career and go, now that's a career to have. Like, you know, 30 films in 10 years, the way to go. Then I made a film and go, you know what? Life's a little too short to do that. You know, it's like climbing a mountain. I don't want to climb another mountain right after I get through with Everest. I want to like rest a little bit and then get up again. But it's like, you know what I want to have? A career, and I'm not going to even use an example of somebody else because I don't really know anybody else who does this completely. But I would like to be able to move completely back and forth inside of an independent system and a studio system, or a bigger movie or a smaller movie, just depending on the story that I'm trying to tell. Like in the case of, like, say I didn't do Reservoir Dogs. All right, say I did something else that was the first film, got the same attention, and now I came up with the idea to do Reservoir Dogs. Should I do it for 12 or 15 million just because I can? All right, and cast Sean Connery and the Lawrence Turney part, and Robert De Niro and all these other people. It's like, well, I mean, if they're the right person for the part, yes. All right, but actually, no, because Reservoir Dogs is a small film, and part of its charm was that it was a small film. All right, and now I would, instead of making it for 1.3 million, I'd probably make it for 3 million now, so I have more breathing room. But I know the film will be a success at that. All right, to me, it's very important that every movie I do makes money, just because I want the people that had the faith in me to get their money back. Even if it's at the end of the day, I want them to get the money back. Now, if I come up with an idea where my aesthetic and a commercial aesthetic meets, then make the $20 million, the $30 million movie, but I'll make it look like a $60 million movie. All right, but like, go for it. When De Palma did The Untouchables, that was a situation where his aesthetic and a commercial aesthetic met like that.
I got to get out of here. Last question. Will it be something you write?
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking about doing now, though? I mean, again, this could change in 7 months, so I'm predicting the future, which I'm not good at. But I'm a little concerned about my voice thing getting old hat, my dialogue getting old hat. All right, so what I'm thinking I might end up doing now is maybe would be cool, it'd be like taking a novel and adapting it. That still requires me to write it, still requires me to put it in my voice, but it's also coming from somewhere else.
Great to have you on the broadcast.
Hey, it's wonderful to be here.
Thank you very much. Quentin Tarantino, Pulp Fiction is being honored and praised everywhere. We thank you for joining this evening. We'll see you next time.
Whether or not what we experienced was an according to Hoyle miracle is insignificant. But what is significant is I felt the touch of God. God got involved.
You serious? You really thinking about quitting?
The life?
Yeah.
Most definitely.
What's you gonna do then?
Well, that's what I've been sitting here contemplating. First, I'm gonna deliver this case to Marcellus. Then, basically, I'm just gonna walk the earth.
What you mean, walk the earth?
Like Caine in Kung Fu. Walk from place to place, meet people, get in adventures.
They got a name for that, Jules. It's called a bum.
Look, my friend, this is just where you and I differ. If my answers frighten you, Vincent, then you should cease asking scary questions.